Welcome to the Chronicles of Rome, Episode 21, Consolidation, Seeds of Strife. Picture Rome atop a swelling empire, its laurels still warm from Carthage's ashes and Corinth's fall. It's 145 BCE, and the Republic grips Sicily's fertile plains, Africa's sun-seared shores, and Macedonia's rugged heights, its dominion vast yet fraying. Slaves flood Italy, their numbers growing with each campaign, their labor carving Latifundia that devour small farms, driving plebeians into Rome's crowded streets beneath a haze of dust and discontent. In Sicily, rebellion explodes, a tide of shackled fury, while the urban poor sharpen their cries, their shadows lengthening over cracked cobblestones. The Senate, cloaked in privilege, hoards power, their greed fanning flames that will blaze with reform and blood. This is no mere pause. It is a saga of a republic buckling under its spoils, its triumphs birthing strife that will spill into rebellion, reform, and slaughter. This is episode 21, spanning 145 to 121 BCE. We'll traverse Rome's new provinces, where order hides corruption beneath olive oil scents and silver dust. We'll face the First Servile War, a slave uprising shaking Sicily's hills, quelled by Roman steel amid burning villages. We'll stand with Tiberius Gracchus, challenging the elite under a blazing forum sun, only to fall to a Senate-led mob. Then we'll follow his brother Gaius, whose radical reforms end in a massacre, etching violence into Rome's soul. These tremors herald wars beyond Italy's borders and a general's rise. The tale begins in 145 BCE. Rome's provinces hum with wealth, their bounty a lifeline for the victorious. Sicily's fields shimmer with golden wheat under a sky streaked with gulls, their volcanic soil yielding vast harvests, tens of thousands of tons yearly per some reckonings. The air thick with grain dust, sea spray, and cicadas buzz, overseen by praetors like Gaius Verus's forebears. Africa Proconsularis bakes beneath a relentless sun, its olive groves swaying, tended by countless slaves from Carthage's fall, their numbers swelling into the tens of thousands, cracked hands pressing fruit into vats, sweat staining sandy earth, taxes hauled to Rome by proconsuls like Quintus Fabius, the horizon shimmering with heat. Macedonia's hills echo with goats and silver mines, dust coating overseers' beards, its cities like Thessalonica bowing to governors like Lucius Piso, their cliffside villas overlooking the Aegean sapphire expanse, tithes swelling senatorial coffers. In the forum, merchants hawk silks and amber, voices clamoring beneath spoil-laden arches, while senators stride past, rings glinting with gold, sandals slapping dew-slick marble. Yet this wealth sows ruin. Latifundia sprawl across Italy's plains, their fields tilled by a growing mass of slaves, tens of thousands some say, chains clanking with hoes, their labor outpacing free men under skies heavy with grape scent, provincial taxes funding elite excess. A farmer like Gaius Marcellus, 40 and weathered, stands on his 5 acres near Capua, plow still, debts a noose as a noble steward, tunic pristine, offers coins smirk sharp, wind whipping dust into his squinting eyes. By 140 BCE, the countryside empties, silence broken by creaking carts. Farmers like Gaius lose all, plots swallowed by Latifundia, families hauling clay pots, wool cloaks, and rusted gladii onto wagons, oxen groaning 100 miles to Rome. The city swells, 7 hills choked with a rising tide of urban poor, homes crowding the Aventine, air thick with soot, sweat-soaked tunics, and sewer stench. A widow like Livia, 30, shelters with her sons in a teetering insula, walls trembling, loom idle, palms raw from begging near the Temple of Jupiter, where grain prices soar, marble steps cold against her knees, temple bells mocking her pleas. The Senate, in the curia beneath cedar beams, shrugs, optimates like Quintus Lutatius Catulus, 50 and stern-faced, voice steady, defending estates. Prosperity is Rome's reward, fingers tracing a silver cup. Governors bleed provinces, villas rising on looted marble, scribes falsifying tax rolls by lamplight, ink smudging papyrus. In Sicily, a praetor skims thousands of sesterces, laughter ringing over roasted peacock, while Africa's overseers lash slaves, whips snapping, dust rising like a shroud. In 135 BCE, Sicily erupts, air sharp with smoke and defiance. Slaves, brutalized on Latifundia, backs scarred, rations moldy barley, rise from 400 to thousands under Eunice, a Syrian of 40, wild-eyed, tunic stained with soot, proclaiming, per Diodorus Siculus, "The gods have promised me a kingdom," voice chanting over campfires. Cleon, a burly Cilician of 35, joins, fists quarry-scarred, roaring to the desperate, falcata gleaming in torchlight. From Enna's limestone heights, cradled by cliffs, they swell to tens of thousands. Some whisper hundreds of thousands, wielding picks, scythes, and swords wrested from masters' throats, war cries shaking groves, feet pounding earth. They butcher overseers, blood-soaking villa floors, seize Tauromenium, walls crumbling under stolen ballistae, then hold Enna. In 134 BCE, they rout Praetor Lucius Hypsaius, 45 and sweat-streaked, his 8,000 legionaries scattered across wildflower-strewn fields, Pila snapping under barrel-stave shields, blood turning dust to crimson mud, air alive with iron's clash, shrieking mounts, and fear's stench. Rome dispatches Consul Publius Rupilius, 50, jaw set beneath a grizzled beard, 20,000 legionaries marching, hobnails grinding stone, camps glowing with 100 fires. By 132 BCE, after retaking Tauromenium, Rupilius storms Enna, 20 catapults hurling stones, gladii cutting 10,000 rebels in gore-slick streets, screams drowned by flames consuming thatched roofs, air thick with ash and charred flesh. Eunice, captured in a cave, hair matted, dies in a dank cell, rats skittering, while thousands hang on crosses along Sicily's Via Appia, groans haunting the wind, shadows swaying against a blood-red sunset. In 133 BCE, Rome trembles, pulse quickening. Latifundia dominate, slaves numbering in the tens of thousands, whips painting backs red, while the urban poor swell to a vast throng, sandals scuffing the forum, hunger growling after years of bread riots. Tiberius Gracchus, 30, lean, hazel eyes afire, steps in as tribune of the plebs, red-trimmed tunic billowing, voice cutting through midday clamor. The land belongs to those who till it. His Lex Sempronia Agraria aims to redistribute ager publicus to the landless, a commission with Appius Claudius, 60 and grizzled, and brother Gaius eyeing Latifundia. A farmer like Gaius Marcellus cheers, hands raised, patched cloak flapping, while a widow like Livia whispers hope amid sweat-soaked bodies. Tribune Marcus Octavius, a Senate pawn, vetoes it, sparking chaos, Tiberius deposing him in a roaring assembly, wax tablets cracking under scribes' haste. The Senate bristles, chamber hazy with incense. Publius Scipio Nasica 40, chin sharp, rallies a mob, cudgels under cloaks, boots thudding, snarling, per Plutarch, he threatens the state itself. On a summer day, sky blazing blue, they corner Tiberius near the Capitolane's shadowed steps, clubs swinging blood-spraying marble with crimson arcs, 300 supporters falling, tunics torn, bodies trampled, air thick with death's tang and crows' cries. Rome's first major political violence scars the Republic, its echo lost in Senate murmurs. By 123 BCE, the wound festers, heat pulsing through Rome's veins. Scipio Aemilianus's death in 129 BCE, a mystery on his villa's floor, leaves a void, plebeian unrest simmering hotter. Gaius Gracchus, 29, Tiberius's brother, rises as tribune, voice a thunderclap, eyes burning with his brother's ghost, hair swept by a Tiber breeze reeking of fish. His Lex Frumentaria doles grain to the poor at cut rates from Porticus Aemilia granaries, flour dust and cheers rising, while land reform redistributes ager publicus, surveyors marking plots with limestone pegs, sweat dripping onto parchments. Public works stretch roads from Rome's gates, stones laid by workers like Marcus Livia's son, 17, hands gritty with mortar, tunic lime-stained, hammers clinking over ox-cart din. Gaius curbs corruption, equestrians replacing senators on juries, Asian tax contracts shifted to publicany, laws etched on bronze tablets in the Basilica Aemilia, scribes bustling by torchlight. Fulvius Flaccus, 45, a fiery ally, stumps with him, voice booming over forum crowds. Optimates seethe, villas aglow on Alban hills. In 121 BCE, Lucius Opimius, 50, cold-eyed, voice gravely declares a senatus consultum ultimum, its first recorded use per history's tally, in a myrrh-scented chamber branding Gaius a foe. A mob storms his Aventine refuge as legionaries clash and gladii flash in the light of dawn. 3,000 fall. Blood pools in the alleys. The air grows heavy with iron and screams. Gaius, cornered with his cloak snagged on thorns, falls by his own dagger. His body is flung into the Tiber. The waters ripple red. Violence is now Rome's tool. Rome's provinces churn out riches, Sicily's grain, Africa's oil, and Macedonia's silver, yet the Republic frays. Latifundia sprawl, the urban poor simmer, and the Senate's grip tightens, the optimates blind to the storm. A farmer like Gaius Marcellus mourns the Gracchi, his face lit by a forum torch, his plea lost in the wind. A widow like Livia weeps for Marcus slain, his blood now a memory on her hands, her prayers drowned by the city's roar. Beyond Italy, wars loom. Gaul's tribes, Germanic hordes, and Numidia's king rise, birthing a general's legend and a rivalry that will shake Rome's core. But remember this, Rome once stood as a circle of huts, its people bound by plow and spear, its strength a shared vow under open skies, each hand lifted the other, each victory a humble thread in a modest weave. Now its fields bow to chains, its wealth splits kin from kin, its unity unravels into strands of gold and grudge. From this rift, a new Rome ascends, not of citizens standing as one, but of lords casting long shadows. Its soul, once warmed by hearths, now hardens in the forge of power, its gaze fixed on conquest beyond the seas. What it was, a pact of toil and trust, slips into dusk. What it will become, a titan of might and menace, rises, its steps echoing with glory and dread, its fate unwritten, its will unbowed. This has been the Chronicles of Rome. Join us next time for 121 to 100 BCE, where Rome conquers Gallia Narbonensis, securing a path to Spain. Germanic tribes clash with legions, nearly breaking Italy until Gaius Marius rises, crushing them in Numidia's Jugurtha, his victories shadowed by a brewing feud with Sulla that will test the Republic's steel.